Welcome back. On our last episode, we saw the party split up shortly before Dame Andrews, Knight of Wind, appeared and entered into combat. She has rolled to absorb a large amount of abundant magic, and we will see how that turns out for her shortly. But first, a word from this episode's sponsor.
Folks, in these times, it's difficult to know where to invest your money unless you're me. That's why I'm here to tell you small folk all about today's sponsor, F-Art. For those of you without the means to manipulate the levers of our economy, fine art is one thing that people are somehow investing in. F-Art is some sort of investment scheme that lets you put money into art or something, I don't know. I don't use it since I'm not a peasant. You might be thinking, Nancy, why would I invest in art? Does owning a fraction of some painting somewhere else really do anything for me? Why would I do something so irresponsibly stupid with my money rather than investing in something tangible or something that can better my life or my community? Why, you horrid cow, why? Well, worry no further. With F-Art, you don't need to know the answers to these questions. They have a team of, let's call them experts, who will do all that tiresome thinking for you for only a modest fee. Perfect for those of you who don't need some fancy fiduciary to handle your finances. So, if you're looking for an investment opportunity that doesn't involve insider trading or exploiting the working class, F-Art might be for you. F-Art. Because the finer things don't need to be spelled out.
In addition, I would like to expend a superiority dice to take flight once more. I activate my parasol to soar high into the air, boosted by my new magic.
Your first roll is a 17. You absorb a large quantity of mana from the free-flowing abundance, but up to your limit. There is still quite a bit floating about for the party. Your superiority dice rolls a 3. Boosted by your new mana, proportional to the critical strike effect on the original cauldron, multiplied by the night bonus to wind magic. Natural log of dexterity. Weight of Dame Andrews.
Is that a graphing calculator?
You are approximately 100 meters off the ground, soaring above this weary little village.
In English, please.
100 meters, but 330 feet if you're looking for Imperial.
All of the mana she can handle, huh? I activate Gift of the Old Gods, granting even more of the free-flowing magic to Dame Andrews.
14. Dame Andrews won't be killed by an overflow of mana, but she will begin to suffer from mana sickness, taking damage each turn she uses magic.
I see. I cast Hymn of Hope, granting even further mana to Dame Andrews.
7. Your holy magics further boost her mana pool, amplifying the sickness. She will take moderate damage on her next cast.
I expend my last level 3 spell slot to cast Fortissimo, amplifying her mana pool.
2. You miss your channel, your bardic energy failing to further the impact.
I use a bonus action to use Crescendo, amplifying Al's next attack.
8. Al, your attack will be boosted for this turn.
I use Innervate, granting even more mana to Dame Andrews.
12. You overload the knight's mana pool. Her next magic spell has the potential to be explosive. Julie, it's your turn. Keep in mind you are held aloft by channeled magic, so unfortunately your options are to drop and roll for a large amount of fall damage, or you run the risk of becoming a mana bomb.
Well, I am the Knight of Wind. Surely I can just float steadily to the ground, kept afloat by my magic parasol. I'm not actually using magic. The parasol itself is infused. Therefore, I choose to stay aloft.
The parasol, kept attached and active through your passive channeled magical binding, causes you to roll a 6. The magic overloads Dame Andrews and she becomes a mana bomb. Overloaded, she explodes in a brilliant, horrific death. Ripped apart and atomized, the dame in pain falls in a bloodied rain.
Did she drop any loot, or was it all destroyed in the blast?
All of her possessions were destroyed in the blast, but she did drop one thing, her mantle. The disruption of local ley lines has caused what is normally an automatic return spell to have a 1-turn delay. The mantle of the Knight of Wind allows the users to channel wind magic in various ways. All of you are eligible to roll if you would like, aside from Diana.
I regret stuffing myself in the wall for attention. Where's Pelosi? I ate all of my jelly beans and now I'm bored.
Yeah, and a number 6.
I want Szechuan sauce.
They don't make Szechuan sauce.
No, they brought it back in that show, Rick and Morty.
That was a limited time thing, Liz. They don't do that anymore. They have sweet and sour.
Do they have D's?
Liz, what is D's?
D's nuts, bitch. I'm just fucking with you. Get me a small chocolate shake. I'll dunk my nugs in that and smoke my nugs to prepare.
Hell yeah, Liz, get yours. Don't encourage her. This car is a congressional lease. Do you know how much they charge if they find weed in here?
I already smoked a bowl back here earlier. Why do you think I was asleep?
Well, you're old. We just assumed you passed out.
You are also old and you're driving the damn car.
It is terrifying.
Okay, here we go. One number 6 with a chocolate shake, a McFlurry for you, and a number 1 for me.
Well, at least it's Monopoly time. Maybe we'll get something out of all this.
Damn it! This isn't Monopoly, it's chutes and ladders. I have to ride the chute all the way back to the register and reorder. My meal is completely empty. The hell is this marketing?
Mine just says I need to advance 2 spaces. But I don't understand how I'm supposed to do that.
It's fine, Liz. You're a queen. You can move in any direction.
No, I mean,
Mine says I can ride the ladder to the front of the line and take whoever's meal is up next. Let's park.
Bill, congratulations. Your 17 is the highest roll for the Mantle of Wind. You have now torn a Mantle of the Round away from the hands of the Queen, eroding her power. That's 2 down, 10 to go.
10 ain't that bad. And these haven't been the worst fights. I think we got a real shot at this.
But we'll need all of us. We need to go save Reagan.
He'll be under lock and key in the dungeons at Suncrest.
I'm sure the 4 of us can take him out. We took down a knight. What's a few guard?
Even if we can't break him out, we need to know he's at least safe. We need to find him, but we can't leave the others waiting.
We could leave a message for Diane to find once she's done from her vanish spell into the crawl space. Right, Diane? Will you do that?
As soon as they get back, it's Fast Break City, baby. I'll do whatever you want.
God damn it, you cannot be serious.
I don't make the rules. I just take the ladder. And the ladder says I get to take the first meal up next, which is this delicious, delectable Big Mac with cheese.
You're just going to stand here and eat this in front of me to spite me?
So juicy, so Big Mac-y. I definitely won't have diarrhea later from doing this.
You know you're Hillary Clinton, right? People know who you are. The cashier is filming you, for God's sake.
Hello out there in TikTok land. I may not have been president, but I rode the ladder and that got me this Big Mac. So good, Nancy. Better get in line. Here, take my Chutes and Ladders coupon. I'm feeling generous.
Hillary, this says ride the chute to the emergency room.
You're just jealous of my delicious penny burger.
It will take some time for them to find sand skates anyway. Trying to cross Dusk Reach without a permit is illegal. It may be best if we let them work quietly. You guys aren't really known for your discretion.
We'll let them go on. And hopefully by the time we free Reagan and return to Sun Dune, we'll be ready to get to Sand's End.
What was Julius saying about 10 to go? 12 knights of the round. We've killed 2 then? What was Queen Camilla the night of?
Bowls, only bowls and bones, or something like that. I don't really remember.
All right, so we get Reagan, get to Sun Dune, and take down the other 10 knights. This seems like a long campaign.
Like anyone here has anything better to do, especially you, Reagan.
What do you mean? I'm just over here on Reddit.
Splitting up also means we can cover that ground faster. If only we had a way to reach the other group and plan.
Wait, the bubble of communication. Diane has it. She'll take it back to the others. Did Julie drop one?
Amongst the super pallid fatalistic exploded windy sorceress, you find a small bauble of communication.
Let's take a step back and think about this. We're leaving them with a stable party. We have a damage dealer in me for sure. A healer in Diana. Bill can be one of those as needed too. We need a tank.
I got this. I put on my nipple rings and activate bear mode.
You gain resistance to all damage types aside from holy magic in exchange for having a heavily reduced magical capacity. You also gain an advanced melee attack.
All right, that settles it. Let's head for Suncrest. How do we get there?
Did the knight's umbrella survive the explosion?
Yes, the parasol is caught in a nearby tree. As the Knight of Wind, you have a passive to bind it to your hand. While you hold it, you are weightless and gain the ability to send that weightlessness to others down a chain. They must be holding hands in a chain, and the parasol must be open for this effect.
We could drift to the outskirts, but aeromancers will never cross the walls of Suncrest. There are too many defenses.
It will at least get us close. Come on, let's all hold hands down a line.
I activate Aero and attempt to fly us into the air.
You and the party become aloft, weightless by the umbrella. Be advised, if you disconnect the chain, you will lose the effect of weightlessness.
We can cover some distance like this, but I think eventually we'll need to make camp. Diana, do you know of anywhere we could land?
At this rate, we will make it to rural settlements on the very farthest outskirts of the city itself. There is an old ranch owned by the Princess Royale. Last I heard, she was in Tidewatch using her equestromancy to help in the fight against pirates. Still some distance away, but let us make our way there.
Time passes as you fly toward your destination. I also roll a 13 for the caravan. I'm not sure what got Pelosi and Hillary so tied up, but the caravan moves ahead one day towards Sundune unimpeded.
Why are we hiding in the Princess Royale's ranch? Surely there's plenty of places with fewer guards.
There is an underground tunnel beneath the ranch. It leads to the royal stables within the interior walls of the Radiant Keep. It will be heavily guarded, but it may be our best bet. Most do not know it exists, even those who watch the ranch.
How many guards do you think there are?
At least a half dozen, but they likely do not know who they work for. This far outside of the keep, she would be using her alias.
Just tell me where to land and I'll let us down.
There, Peebles Ranch. That must be hers, I'm sure of it. Land far away, let us make camp, and we shall sneak in under the cover of nightfall.
You make camp in a nearby clearing. It is a clear night, crisp with the start of autumn.
Once we get inside of the keep, how do we get to the dungeons?
The stables are near the entrance of the keep. The dungeons, unfortunately, are located in the central tower. We will need to use our utmost discretion in this maneuver. Luckily, the stable hands will not remember that I am not meant to be within the castle walls. They keep getting kicked in the head by the horses. They are very unfortunate people.
We don't exactly have a lot of stealth between us, particularly not with Al in bear form.
I could muffle our sound, but I can't stop them from seeing us.
I can use Shadows of the Eclipse to enhance our shadow affinity.
I'll cast Shroud of Shadow. That should help keep us from getting seen.
Once we make our way to the central tower, we need to descend to the dungeons. Reagan may be in any of them. It is unknown what horrors he could be experiencing. The dungeons in the central tower are well guarded. This will not be an easy task. We cannot sneak past every guard, and we will be considerably outnumbered.
You and Al stay back at the stables. Bill and I can use a charisma roll to schmooze some of the guards. Once we get Reagan out, we'll get him healed up before making the underground trek back out here.
A charisma roll to free Reagan is unlikely to succeed, but I'm not here to tell you what to do.
Then I'll blast them with shadow magic. Look, if we are going to take down the 10 remaining knights, we need all of us. Plus, I just miss having a woman around.
It won't come to that. I can feel it. This mantle has given me new powers. We'll get him back safe and sound, and we'll do it without hurting anyone.
I like your attitude, Bill. Let's rest up. We got a long road ahead of us tomorrow. First the tunnel, then the stables, then we rescue Reagan.
We're going to take our break there. A special shout out to our follower on Twitch. For those of you who don't know, Thursday evenings I stream Cooking Mama. I get very annoyed. I have broken 16 Nintendo 3DSs, and I intend to break more. Also, we want to extend a sincere thank you to our guest star, Dame Julie Andrews. We told her we would reimburse her for everything, and this thank you is that reimbursement payment in exposure. To be fair, we did fly her out in coach on Spirit Airlines, so it wasn't that much. Also, please be advised that, for legal reasons, we must assure you that the McDonald's scenes in this episode were exclusively used for humor and do not reflect reality. We would never go through the undue horror of making our cast eat McDonald's. Thank you for listening.